circulation throughout their body, but most effectively in their feet and their eyes. And that's why you see diabetics that have visual problems and numbness and tingling in their hands and feet. Well, that's all due to circulation, but when you introduce a product like that, you're just increasing that blood flow and the proper nutrition in those areas, so it just stimulates healing. It just stimulates the health, the optimal health, and that's why the Nitro Effects is so powerful. And I'm going to actually have a special guest speaker come up and go in a little bit more in depth on some of the key ingredients and what he's found within his practice, because he's even gone further in depth in scientific background. I mean, when I was introduced to him, I had some knowledge about the product, and I started talking to him, and he started hitting me with some terms and research, and I'm like, okay, you're even beyond my level. So, so I thought I did a lot of research, but actually I want to have a special guest speaker, Dr. Jerry Edwards, actually come to the stage. And
going? Thank you so much. Was that great? Truly, the USB download that you just gave me was worth probably $1,000 that doctors would actually pay for, that you got actually for free right now, because he actually taught you the truth about physiology. Because the reality is, we can sit up here and talk about different conditions. And so we talk back and forth, well, will it work on this condition, that condition, X, Y, and Z? But really what Kyani's put on the table is to keep our physiology healthy. Because our job here isn't to make you into clinicians. Does it work on blah, blah, blah? That's sort of our job, right? But your job is to really have the belief and the trust that Kyani has put forth a superior product on the market. After 17 years practicing neurology, functional neurology, I have never endorsed one product except Kyani. And that's the absolute truth. Because somebody would come by and say, I got the miracle, whatever, and it's going to fix everything. Right. Okay? It doesn't really happen. So why did I get into this after 17 years? Quick little story. Many of you have heard this, and I'm going to do a brief demonstration. My son, my oldest son, Connor, has a form of autism. And autism shows high amounts of free radical damage in the brain. Schizophrenia, bipolar depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, Parkinson's, neurodegenerative conditions. How about we see some armpits? How many people are afflicted by that? They do not, right? It's the #1 concern for the baby boomer age. The #1 concern. 60% of the money circulates in that group. Kind of seems like it would be pretty important, and Kyani put it right in my hands. And I went home and gave it to my son, and he started to change. And here's the thing, my son doesn't really understand his feelings. So therefore he doesn't understand that you have feelings. And it's a very difficult thing. He was kicked out of the 2nd grade class because he was writing a story about friendship. And the teacher came by and said, you did this wrong. And he started getting upset because he wrote it about me. My son doesn't have a friend. He's never been to a birthday party. He doesn't get the notes and the things. He's the one who's excluded. And so I got the call because they sent him to the principal's office because he was kicked out of class. He had tremendous sensitivity, right? They didn't understand. And so I put him on the product and he started to change. And he changed significantly. And let me just demonstrate to you what my son was like. Can you guys come up here? All you, please. Give him a round of applause. Right here's fine. Right here's fine. Come on up. Okay. Here's a demonstration. What I want you guys to do, okay, from this side going forward, I want you to put yourself in order of age and put yourself in order of birth month from oldest to youngest. Can you guys do that? Here's the thing. You have 15 seconds, but do not talk. Go. Okay, stop. That's my son. He has no idea how to communicate. Something very, very simple. We don't know if this is right or if this is wrong. There was confusion up here. They looked around. I would say to my son, how was your day? He started talking about peanut butter sandwiches. Okay, that's tremendously sad. Thank you all for the demonstration. So my son experienced that 1,000 times fold to this. There are millions of children out there that are experiencing this. They're locked into their own bodies. There are individuals who can't communicate effectively, and they have that look of confusion. That makes me sad. But Kyani has put forth new hope in my life. Why? Because now, at the end of the year, he graduated with the highest math scores in the school, an award. He actually has 2 friends, and I just learned yesterday he has a girlfriend at camp, and he kissed her on the cheek. Absolutely true. And so, Kyani has helped my son, but the reality is it goes beyond that. It's helped me and my capacity to love my son. It's helped my wife in our relationship because we have a 4-year-old. So it's not just a condition, it's beyond that. So it continues to give and it continues to give. So please, when you're talking to people, give it with confidence because you are really saying, just trust me on this. Trust Kyani. They have put a superior product on the ground for you, matched with a superior compensation plan. But it's the product, guys. That's where the rubber meets the road, right? Yeah. It's where the rubber meets the road. And what Dr. Smith is telling you is the absolute truth. Take notes. Listen to him. Call him. Go on your website. Honestly, show of hands. How many people have gone to your back office and looked at the videos and the PDF files on the product? Honest. Oh, raise your hands. Look around. Look around. Every hand should be going up. Every hand should be going up. Because the more you know, the more confident you are that you can represent this product. The compensation plan speaks for itself. You've got leaders in this room, Atticus, Jerome, Steve Pineda. You can all be taught that. But you have to understand it's the product. The product is the flagship. It's changing lives physically. And with myself, it helped me because it helped my son. It helped my relationship with my wife through my son. That is power. That's power. So I want to just hand it back to Mr. Tony Smith. I've learned so much from this man clinically. He's a brilliant guy. Listen to him and thank you very much.
I want to thank Dr. Edwards for coming up. I kind of pulled him up unexpectedly and had him elaborate a little bit. But I mean, just to understand his background, his knowledge, and he actually, some of the research that he went in and found why this product was actually so effective within some of the brain conditions is because the key ingredient, the wild Alaskan blueberry that the company utilizes, actually is very effective within the brain, where there's a lot of fruits out there that are not as effective and don't cross that blood-brain barrier and that don't have that effect with the schizophrenia, bipolar, autism, and dementia, Alzheimer's, and all those other things out there. And so, I mean, that's what I got so excited about when you research that, the product and what we had to offer, but why it was a step above, a grade above some of the other companies that are out there. And understanding what we have a hold of, because there's a lot of companies out there that promote anti-inflammatories, but they don't do the multivitamin complex, and they don't have the multitude to hit the other health issues that we do. And so, like you said, have a belief in what you have a hold of because it's doing some tremendous things. And go into your back office, research it, understand it, so you can feel proud to share that with anybody and everybody. And from my standpoint, in my office, we're promoting it all the time. Natural anti-inflammatory effects, natural nutrition. It's all natural. So be proud of what you have, and you can do some tremendous things because it is your own business, and you want to market your own business. So I'm not sure what the actual